What are rocks made out of?
Well, you see, rocks, Stephen, are made out of atoms.
What are atoms made out of?
Atoms are made out of electrons, neutrons, and protons.
What are those made out of?
They're made out of these subatomic particles called quarks.
What are quarks made from?
They're made from string theory.
String theory.
Gabriele von Ananso, 1968.
Rediscovered an equation in a math book that seemed to describe the strong forces.
Leonhard Euler's 200-year-old equation.
Leonard Susskind.
He figured that according to string theory, the strings had to be wiggling as well as being elastic.
He took 2 months of thinking to decide this. I have figured out string theory!
And it was initially rejected. Mainstream thinking was that particles were points.
This did not match the way string theory forces one to look at points.
Messenger particles.
Messenger particles bounce back and forth, creating more and more energy as they build up, moving each object closer to one another. In their existence proves that the accepted way of thinking was wrong. String theory did not in fact include these particles.
Did in fact include these particles. Points of force.
Cause particles of matter to be brought together.
The Standard Model, the accepted theory of the day, explained electronegativity, weak forces, and strong forces, but neglected to include gravity.
John Schwartz.
1973.
He looked at the insubstantial mass of string theory and tried to recalculate.
String theory had many math anomalies and was not considered viable by math and science community.
Here's an example.
2x equals 1. X equals 1 over 2.
X over 4 equals 2. X equals 8.
X does not have the same value.
And therefore a math anomaly.
Extra dimensions were required to fulfill the set of equations.
Until now.
Louis Alvers Game and Edward Witten.
1984.
What'd you get?
8 equals 496. What'd you get?
The same thing!
After calculating, it showed the correct formula for string theory. Then they published their findings to a huge reaction from the math science community.
Remember how the Standard Model didn't include an explanation for gravity?
Gravitron.
Gravitrons acted as Earth's gravity acts.
Small particles with their own gravity.
Example of size of strings to our world.
You're in a desert.
1 grain of sand.
Is having millions upon millions of atoms inside of it.
Atom minus proton plus neutron equals electron.
Protons and neutrons.
Are quarks.
Billions of strings inside of quarks. A string's vibration. The properties of matter.
It's known as a cosmic symphony.
The similarities and the differences of string theory. The original model for string theory had 2 points on either end and a string in the middle that would move up and down and back and forth.
Notice how this is the second model. This has a circular form to it, and it includes movement and vibrations not seen in the past model.
Einstein had a dream that all forces and all matter would be able to be defined by a theory for everything.
But there had been 5 different theories constructed of how to describe all the universe.
How could there be 5 theories to describe everything?
There couldn't be.
And then, in 1995,
Ed Witten,
an acclaimed scientist, found that all 5 theories of string theory were describing the same thing.
But there was one flaw.
Instead of 10-dimensional space needed for the current string theories, he found that 11 dimensions were needed for his M theory.
Pre-established dimensions.
Height. Width.
Height and width.
Depth.
Time.
Theory involving 6 more dimensions.
At subatomic level, circular dimensions folded upon each other, resembling a round flower. Conclusion.
String theory isn't just one theory. It's a million theories that make up me and you. They make up this room. They make up everything that is matter.
String theory is the basis for everything. Without something very small, seemingly insignificant, there is nothing to make up all the things that we can see with the naked eye. Without all the small atomic parts, quarks, protons, strings, there would be no driving around the road going to the supermarket.
Why?
Because those things would not exist. Therefore, making strings an extremely important part of everyday life.